Here, cue Bill. 21 years ago, Phyllis Patterson of Southern California decided to add a little atmosphere to a children's theater presentation that she was producing by bringing in some of the flavor of the Elizabethan England. That one-day presentation has since grown into the world's biggest annual costume party, and our reporter in costume, Dennis Michael, begins a three-part series on the Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
For the past 21 years, thousands of Southern Californians have taken up time travel for a hobby. They're the spectators and participants of the annual Renaissance Pleasure Fair, a recreation of a 16th century English country fair and market day, transported to a rustic ranch where Paramount Pictures used to shoot silent westerns. Founder Phyllis Patterson discovered almost by accident 21 years ago that beneath the t-shirts and suntans, thousands of Southern Californians are repressed swashbucklers and closet Elizabethans.
The fair itself is 3,000 people in costume, all playing the part of a person who would have been in an Elizabethan village at a celebration in springtime. And then when they're there and they're all in costume, I think that the audience feels very comfortable coming in costume too. So we end up with the world's largest costume party. I would say probably another several thousand people come in costume from the audience. People such as yourself buy Fair season passes and come and play with us every single day. They choose their characters, and I think it's as valid as playing golf on Saturday. I think they have a good time. History is their hobby, I guess you would say. The audience averages 15 to 20,000 a day.
This has been a particularly tough year for Renaissance Fair, especially at this site.
Yes, flood, fire, and I was afraid famine was right after it. Yes, we've had rain delays for 2 weekends when we've never in 21 years had a rain delay at the Southern Fair.
It doesn't seem to be affecting the turnout or the mood of the people who are coming today.
Oh, I think it has affected it. I think people are coming more and celebrating more because it's been such a long winter for Southern Californians who are not used to bad weather, ever.
How much damage was suffered in the big Malibu fire last fall?
We lost our great bridge in the fire of 1582, we call it. And so we made a causeway that is almost like an earthen dam and is much wider and really seems to work quite fine.
What other historical projects are you involved with and have you been involved with?
Well, we have purchased the northern fair site in Marin County, and we are looking for corporate sponsorship to build a permanent Elizabethan village. We have a master plan for that is approved by the nearby city. And we also hope to explore American history, 19th century, and build a whole center that is early California rural.
For 6 weekends every spring, Renaissance Pleasure Fair has continuous entertainments on stages, under oak trees, and right in the middle of dusty streets. And Renaissance Fair is the place to pick up a few pointers on the refined use of the mason chain, or a good fit on a protective iron neck plate. It's the place to buy a garland of flowers for a pretty head, or to work a foot-operated wood lathe. Anything your imagination works up. And some things your imagination won't help you with at all. You've heard of a hurdy-gurdy, but have you ever heard a hurdy-gurdy? And you can pick up pointers on what the well-dressed Elizabethan would wear. First, explain to me, what is a codpiece?
Well, it's a piece of clothing through the Middle Ages. The men wore their Gentiles in it. It was a common piece to wear, I guess. I'm not sure.
Now, tell me exactly and show me what is different about your codpiece.
Well, in my case, I happen to have brought a real cod with me here for my codpiece.
Although hundreds of performers at Renaissance Fair are hired and trained, hundreds of others simply show up in costume and take up roles, making it the biggest and most spontaneous theatrical event in Southern California, and one of the most remarkable. Although the 16th century was full of rigors, it obviously had its share of pleasures as well, and we'll be talking more about them on a later report about Renaissance Pleasure Fair. In the interim, I'm Dennis Michael. Back to you, Bill. Oh, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Oh, what a guy that Dennis is, boy. Put him in costume and he's a regular whatever. Kent Burkhart talks about music video when we come back.